Just a robot.
If you are a regular subscriber of mine, then you probably know about all the videos I did on T-Moss Productions. And if you know anything about T-Moss, you know he does about 50 videos on anyone he doesn't like. And the sad part is, that's not much of an exaggeration. But the person he has done the most videos on is Minnesotaboyy, who's pretty infamous for hating white people. Now, I'm not going to cover his message to white people video, mainly because I feel like too many people have covered it already. Instead, I'm going to cover one of his more recent videos. This video has to do with the whole PewDiePie is a Nazi allegations thing. Now, I am going to be skipping the first few minutes of this video, mainly because he just does this montage of a whole bunch of people saying the word nigga. There's really no point in talking about it.
If you were listening, you just heard a dark parody of an event that is happening now, reversed, on the internet. That clip was from a movie called American History X. Go check it out, it's really good. I did that to show you guys how it feels to make fun of or pick on people because you simply do not like them. The difference is, that was acting, and these people on the internet are not. So allow me to point that out.
That's somewhat true. Most of the people who do racist shit on the internet are just doing it for the lols, and to get a rise out of people. But if you're just pretending to be a white nationalist to get a rise out of someone, isn't that pretty much the same thing as acting?
And let me also explain why I used Markiplier in my intro. 1, his clips are in response to PewDiePie's situation, which I'm going to mainly focus on in my video. 2, I agree with what he said about respect. A lot of it's been lost, especially in the new generation. And 3, I also do not give a fuck about skin color. What? To be honest, I only care about the actions of people.
Yes, one of the most classic racist arguments. I don't care about the color of their skin, I just hate the way this entire group of people who all share the same skin color act. I know you didn't say that, but you definitely hate white people for something. Imagine if I just said a bunch of racial slurs for Mexicans and then told them to all unsubscribe because I hate them.
And I know this is going to hit hard with some folks, but unfortunately, more racists of whites are revealing themselves every day, especially on the internet.
I do somewhat agree. There are more and more white racists on YouTube. However, white racist YouTubers, whether they're joking or not, get taken down off of YouTube, while black racist YouTubers, who are dead serious, get to stay up on YouTube. Oh, let me guess, you're going to use the black people can't be racist argument, right?
And I'm the only black guy who points that out, unbiasedly. Now let's begin.
You say you're not biased, but this is going to be proven wrong throughout your video. And also, you're not the only black YouTuber to point this out.
I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on me during this video, so I'm going to address this as if I'm talking publicly and not directly to my audience, which is how I normally would do it. So, hello, my name is Felix Schellberg, but you probably know me as PewDiePie.
What's up, my dog? My name is Minnesotaboyy, and you probably know me as one of the black Hitlers on YouTube because white people take satire videos way too serious.
Yes, the I was just joking around excuse. It's funny that he says this, because throughout the video he keeps saying that trolling is not an excuse. Also, Minnesotaboyy, was it really satire? If it was, why did you disable the comments? Someone who was actually making a satire video would just sit back and laugh at how people are taking you so seriously. But you didn't do that. You disabled your comment section, which makes me believe it wasn't a satire video.
I literally said the media is stupid and that clickbait media is a huge problem because all they really need is a strong title. That's all that really matters. And the more I punch back, the more I get back as well. It's something that I noticed. I'm just a guy. It's literally just me. There's not a producer out there hiding behind the wall. There's no writer. There's no camera guy. So what am I supposed to do about this?
So let me get this straight. There are no producers, writers, or camera guys that put you up to this. But you want to blame the media for making you look bad.
Yeah. The media took a lot of what he said out of context and blatantly lied about him. I'm not going to point out what they lied about in this video, but I'll leave a few links down below to people who have already debunked the media. And the media lies about a ton of people, all the time.
They're not protesters. You know, these are thugs. They're rioters. And I'm calling out the media saying, quit claiming that these rioters are peaceful. They're stomping on our flag. figuratively and literally, shouting death to cops, celebrating violence.
Okay, so we'll get into her thug life and her family's thug life in a second, and how much they celebrate violence. But let's note there that she said these protesters, they're not people.
A few moments later.
Okay, she says, media, quit claiming the rioters are peaceful.
It's really not hard to take someone out of context and make them look bad.
Tonight, the strangest parade of suspects you've ever seen.
NBC again. Like every time I glanced over there were more kids, and that just gave me such a thrill.
On To Catch a Predator.
So, how did you respond back to these publications?
Well, I make fun of it.
Okay, make fun of it. I like comedy. But make sure it's funny, because some of you guys just like to be offensive. In fact, you ever notice the only time white folks are funny is when they're racist?
Humor is subjective, and I personally find edgelord jokes to be hilarious. Yes, a lot of them do have something to do with race, like, what do you call a white girl who's faster than her brothers? A redneck virgin. However, rape jokes, murder jokes, and 9/11 jokes can also be funny, and 9/11 jokes have nothing to do with race. Unless, of course, you're one of those people who think 9/11 jokes take a jab at Islam, and Islam is a race. Even though it's not, it's a religion. I know I'm going a bit off topic, but why do so many people think Islam is a race?
This year, I said to myself I was going to be more honest. I'm not going to keep smiling to the media. I'm going to be more open about things. And I knew there was going to be a price to pay for that. I thought, you know what? It's worth it. I've been successful. I can take it. And here we are. Here we are. Disney severs ties with YouTube star PewDiePie after anti-Semitic post.
Okay, I need the internet to do me a favor. Name a time where any comedian or public figure has gotten away with saying anti-Semitic jokes and not lost their careers or been blacklisted.
Sarah Silverman.
You were partnered with Disney, which is owned by Jews.
I'm starting to see why people call you one of the black Hitlers of the internet.
Now, basically, I'm sure as you already know, the article came out from the Wall Street Journal, basically accusing me of being an anti-Semite. I want to address the biggest issue first, which I think is the whole guys holding up the sign thing. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been everywhere. A lot of people loved the video, and a lot of people didn't. And it's almost like two generations of people arguing whether this is okay or not.
There are two things white people deny: being a racist and being called a cracker.
What do you mean white people deny being called a cracker? When has this ever happened? Ever? Every white person I know really doesn't give a shit if someone calls them cracker. Is that what you mean by denial? Not caring? Because those are two totally different things.
But if you call a white person a cracker, they get all kinds of racists. How many people in America is racist? Does that include kids on the internet? How come no one's attacking Jews for going after PewDiePie, but attacking me for going after iDubbbz?
If you hate Jews, then you're probably one of those people who believe that Jews control the media. And guess what? People are going after the media for what they did to PewDiePie.
See, no one's answering the questions correctly, so allow me. People are doing two things when it comes to defending PewDiePie. One, dick riding him, and two, tribal identification. Anyone who doesn't see death to all Jews as racist are racist themselves.
Saying death to all Jews is racist if you mean it. But guess what? He didn't mean it.
And ignorant to how tribal they really are. Example, when I called out iDubbbz for the N-word, mostly white folks weren't speaking out against him. Instead, they were attacking me. Seriously, how messed up are you to think that the N-word is okay to use for entertainment, but not saying death to all Jews?
I don't see the double standard. People defend iDubbbz for saying the word nigga, and people defend PewDiePie for saying death to all Jews. I don't see the double standard. And people who are offended by death to all Jews are probably the same people who are offended by the word nigga. Also, the whole death to all Jews thing, if anything, that was probably a jab at Keemstar.
So here's a clip of me destroying this white guy's argument on why he wants to normalize racist words. Roll the fucking clip. What is your problem? What is your problem? Why are you upset?
Why am I upset?
Yeah, why are you upset?
Who even is this person? Even if you do totally own him, congratulations, you owned a nobody white person. Good job.
It's because you're allowing words to fucking hurt you.
Okay, if I'm allowing words to hurt me, go ahead, call me a nigger.
See if that hurts me. Go ahead. Call me a nigger. Go ahead.
I'd much rather not.
Why don't you want to call me a nigger? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because then you'll get upset with me.
I just said it's okay. Go ahead. I get called a nigger every time in my comments. Do you see me getting upset about that?
Yes.
All right, nigger. There.
See?
You're a nigger. There.
Okay, so you're racist.
But you gave him consent to say that. That's like someone saying, hey, have sex with me. Oh, okay. Oh my god, you're a rapist. Racism is discriminating against someone for their skin color. He did not do that. He just said a word that you told him to say.
So how come you won't say that to a black guy's face in the hood?
The scenario you gave him is completely different. What you should have said is, would you call a black guy in the ghetto the N-word after he gave you his consent to say it?
So you really want me to just
said
prove a
it.
point to
Hold on,
Minnesota?
wait a minute.
To prove to the Lord, the Black Messiah, Minnesota.
Don't renege now because you just said it willingly on the air. I'm not making this up. Everybody just heard you. Everybody type a one in the chat if you just heard him say nigger willingly.
Who gives a
Nobody
fuck?
forced him.
Yeah, but you gave him consent.
I'm telling you now, if you just said it on air, not afraid to a black guy, you should be able to say it in real life. Go to the hood and say it to them.
If you are brave enough to have sex with me in the bedroom after I gave you my consent, then you should be brave enough to go out in the street and rape someone.
You called me a nigger. I even said that about iDubbbz. I said the N-word does not affect me individually.
Your disabled comments say otherwise.
As a culture, it is disrespectful. I guarantee your ass would not say it because you know what the fuck would happen to you. You get shot right on fucking side or you get beat the fuck up.
I have a question. If white people started freaking out about the word cracker and would kill anyone who wasn't white for saying the word, would you consider the word to be just as bad as the word nigga? Also remember, white people say the word cracker different. They say cracker. You say cracker. When you have the hard R at the end, that's offensive. But when you have the A at the end, that just means friend. Cracker means friend or homie. Cracker is a racial slur.
That's what the whole PewDiePie thing is for, right? PewDiePie said something racist, and everybody's saying, it's a joke. It's just a joke. Don't be so mad and absurd. This is crazy. But if a black guy like myself says cracking on the internet, oh, we should get him banned.
Once again, you're changing the scenario. PewDiePie just said the word nigga, and he didn't call anyone it. You, on the other hand, said a whole bunch of white racial slurs, and said that anyone who wasn't a black person should fuck off your channel. If PewDiePie said a whole bunch of black racial slurs and said anyone who isn't a white person fuck off my channel, that would be completely different.
Let's look at PewDiePie. He's a white man. He paid brown people to hold up a sign to say death to all Jews and thought it was funny. Notice anything wrong with that picture? Powerful white guy paying cheap labor to colored people to do something for him that he wouldn't do himself?
Well, he said the word nigga himself, so I'm pretty sure he would do that himself.
18, nigga.
And paying someone $5 to hold up a sign? That sounds like a pretty damn good deal. The real crime is he didn't pay me to do it. And also, you left the part where they said, subscribe to Keemstar.
And believe it or not, the people on the internet, especially those in my comments who are saying nigger, are racist. What they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize racist words so that way they can justify them being racist and just say, oh, it was just a joke. I'm just being funny. See, I'm a comedian.
I refer to what you said earlier in the video.
And you probably know me as one of the black Hitlers on YouTube because white people take satire videos way too serious.
Minnesotaboyy, you just take satire videos way too seriously.
18, nigga.
So basically, they went to the biggest brands that I work with, Disney and YouTube, and they pushed them to the corner and said, hey, what do you think about this? Hate? Look at this. Look at this. This is bad. Obviously cornering them, forcing them to sever their ties with me.
Boy, you stupid as fuck. Did you know that Disney was owned by Jews? Like I said before, name one comedian or entertainer that has ever gotten away with anti-Semitic jokes.
Sarah Silverman.
J.K. Rowling is apparently not a fan of me. Again, It's fine to not agree with someone's sense of humor, but calling me a fascist, how is that helping anyone?
I thought actions spoke louder than words. Are you telling me that your feelings being hurt on the internet is the same as Jews being persecuted or 400 years of slavery?
Most certainly not. He didn't say that, nor did he imply it. Also, this whole 400 years of slavery thing, I just really hate it when black people try to take credit for what happened to their ancestors. And before someone says, well, what happened to our ancestors affects our economic situation today, I'm not going to talk about that right now, but give me time. I'm going to do a video about that in the future.
Like, let's be real, Pewds. You've never been oppressed. Get the fuck over it.
I don't think he ever said he was. I think he just got annoyed that the media was lying about him.
I want you guys to know that this situation doesn't change what I believe in. I still am so against racism and so against inequality, but I needed to own up to my past before I could continue to be about those things. And I want you guys to know this video isn't just me saving my career or something like that. Like, I'm genuinely trying to better myself.
But Tana, I thought the N-word meant homie and friend. Why did you use it in a hateful manner? We don't say ER, we say GA. Preaching to be an activist to save your career. Hallelujah.
You fucking nigger.
I agree with you on this. And do you know why? Because she actually used it in a hateful manner. And guess what? People hate her for it.
So no worries, you got me. And also turn on notifications. I have a huge surprise coming. And leave a dislike on the video if you're a racist.
Come on, Minnesotaboyy. At least be a little bit more clever than that. Do a Leafius here. If you leave a dislike on this video, I am not even joking, you will be raped by a spatula. Yes, there is a robot waiting right outside your door, ready to rape you in the ass with a spatula if you just dislike the video. Now, before I end the video off, I just want to talk about one more thing. Remember when I contacted TMOSBoss Productions and offered him some help, and then he flipped his shit and jumped to the conclusion that I was trying to make him do a video on Minnesotaboyy? Well, guess what? Minnesotaboyy actually thinks I was trying to make TMOSBoss do a video on him. I'm not even joking here. Let's analyze his comment. First of all, I've never said that TMOSBoss has logical thinking. I just told him that he had a good heart, which does not equal logical thinking. And second, I told TMOSBoss that I didn't want him to do a video on you. Why would I even want the help of TMOSBoss? He would be more of a hindrance than anything. Seriously, Minnesotaboyy, do some research.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just a robot marches on.
Has anything you've done made your life better?